there! Did you know that English is the most spoken language in the world with 1.5 billion speakers worldwide? English is also used in various contexts, from normal settings like talking to friends and scrolling to the internet, also in professional settings like jobs, universities, and schools.
Yet, data from EFEPI 2024 says that Indonesia ranks 80 out of 116 participant countries in English proficiency. The problem? Many Indonesian students struggle with motivation and effective English learning method.
That is why we decided to combine gaming with English learning to see how effective gamification is.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Arafa Nubahtra,
And I am Al-Fatir Wicaksono.
and we are from
Pribadi Premier School.
So, our title of this research is called A Gamified Approach to English Mastery.
We conducted a systematic literature review.
And from those findings, we conceptualized a game that combines fun game elements with English learning. And we also conducted our own qualitative case study to see whether gamification works or not.
So, why are we doing this research in the first place? Well, you can just look at this.
As you can see, learning English in schools is mostly focused on vocabulary memorization and grammar, and not as much as practical skills. Hence, proficiency in English in Indonesia remains low.
So, why gamification? Well, considering the fact that there are 121.7 gamers in Indonesia, why can't we make these gamers, rather than playing just a game, why not making them playing an educational game? A game that makes them learning English.
As mentioned before, our study conducts a systematic literature review. We use various tools like Google Scholar and ResearchGate to gather these studies. We use keywords such as gamification and English learning for the search term, and in the end, we gathered 40 studies. Then, we selected 20 studies that later became the basis of our research. The selection criteria required the studies published after the year 2020, and that it needed to be in full English. Also, the studies should be available for free and not paid. So after conducting our SLR, we found some key patterns in how gamification helps in English learning. Based on these findings, it helped us create our prototype.
The first finding is that games improve engagement and motivation.
Repetition in games help improve vocabulary retention.
Practical activity helps you to improve speaking and listening skills.
Challenges and rewards boost learning motivation and engagement.
So, from this finding, we designed a prototype, a game that integrates proven gamification theories such as motivation, repetition, interaction, and reward system to help students learn English in a fun way.
To make the game more immersive, we designed it as a semi-open world where players can explore at their own pace. This aligns with research from Panmei and Inayati, which found that gamification learning is more effective when students have control over their progress. By allowing freedom of movement, players can choose their activity instead of being forced into strict learning paths.
Since vocabulary and pronunciation are key aspects of language learning, we added a word connection activity. Players match words while pronouncing them, and the system checks their accuracy. This is based on research by Fitriani, Panmei, and Inayati, which found that multiple choice tests and flashcards improve vocabulary recall. But instead of just choosing an answer, we combined it with speech practice, encouraging real-world application.
To make learning more engaging, we incorporate a turn-based dungeon activity, where players must answer correctly to attack and incorrect answer cause them to take damage. This follows Lampropoulos and Almeida, who emphasize that balancing intrinsic curiosity and fun, extrinsic motivation, rewards challenges is key for engagement. By adding strategy elements like should I attack or heal, players stay engaged while reinforcing their learning.
Another feature we added is the potion store, where players get a discount if they correctly pronounce a word. This was inspired by Lampropoulos et al., whose study on interactive pronunciation training found that applying real-world speaking exercises builds confidence and motivation. Instead of just memorizing, players actively use their speaking skills in a reward-based system. So overall, our game isn't just about memorization.
It's about interaction, strategy, and real-world practice.
Each feature was designed based on proven gamification strategies to improve motivation and engagement.
We conducted our experiment and the participants gave feedback through Google Form survey. In general, participants felt more engaged and motivated to learn.
So Fatur, what did we find?
Gamification makes English learning more fun and more effective.
It helps students feel more engaged and makes them more motivated to keep learning.
And since millions of Indonesians already play games, why not use that time to learn English instead?
Right, and if learning can be as fun as gaming,
Then perhaps gamification may actually be the answer.
so with that in mind, should we keep memorizing or should we start playing?